Hello everyone, I'm meteorologist Charlie Ironmonger. Thank you so much for joining me today for your 2 p.m. news and weather update from the First Alert Desk. Now, we've got news that an ENC man has now been named the North Carolina Department of Transportation Commissioner. Congratulations to NCDOT insurance agency owner Paul Tyne as the new commissioner of the DMV. And this will happen on May 6th, just one day before the Real ID deadline, coming up on May 7th. Now, Tyne replaces Commissioner Wayne Goodwin, who assumed the role back in 2022. Tyne is pledging to shorten wait times at DMV offices, addressing staffing challenges, and improve customer satisfaction. He said, quote, "There is no shortage of challenges facing our division. It is critical that we get to work quickly to reduce wait times, make our website more user-friendly, and empower our frontline staff to ensure the highest level of service to our citizens," end quote. Now, Tyne is the owner of Midget Insurance Agency and has previously served 2 terms on the NC House of Representatives, where he represented Dare, Hyde, Washington counties on half of Beaufort counties as well. Now, while in the General Assembly, Tyne was the co-chair of the Transportation Appropriations and served on the Joint Transportation and Oversight Committee. And now we need to turn our attention to your weather forecast. But before we get to our forecast here in eastern North Carolina, we do need to check in on what's been happening across the Midwest, as confirmed tornadoes have touched down yesterday and even today. We now turn to NBC's George Solis, who has more from Oklahoma City, Oklahoma.
Here in Oklahoma City, the rain has been relentless, starting overnight, carrying into this morning. It has already created some headaches as far as some localized flooding. Now, the risk for flash flooding is diminishing, but again, with more rain on the way, officials saying we're not totally out of the woods yet. Now, unfortunately, this storm system has also proven deadly in the Northeast. Officials in Pennsylvania reporting 2 deaths, one of them potentially via downed power lines, which is why officials are always urging folks to steer clear of any downed wires or power lines that may fall as a result of these storms. We're going to keep a close eye on central Missouri and northern Texas, where the potential for more flooding, more destructive winds, and even tornadoes may exist over the next 24 hours. Here in this region, we did see our fair share of destructive winds as well, including some hail that was the size of tennis balls. In Missouri, there was actually a storm system that prompted the evacuation of an elementary school. 600 kids had to seek shelter. Now, the threat for tornadoes in this region seems to be diminishing, but officials just urging folks to hunker down, weather this storm until it clears this region. Back to you.
Thank you so much, George, for that report. We want to now turn our attention to the wind forecast today, as we have multiple fires right now burning across parts of eastern North Carolina. One in Hubert in Onslow County, another one in kind of Jones County, southern Jones County, near Black Swamp in the Croatan National Forest. Right now, winds are blowing in at about 7 to 15 miles an hour throughout most of eastern North Carolina. However, down east Carteret County, right now, Beaufort, 20-mile-an-hour sustained wind. Gusts right now along the coast also elevated compared to your inland neighbors. 29-mile-per-hour gust in Beaufort, 25 in Hatteras. Bit of a breeze on the coast right now. Now, air temperatures have come up into the low to mid 80s throughout many areas of the east. Right now, Manteo 82 degrees. We've got 81 in Roanoke Rapids. In fact, the coolest spot on the map currently, Cape Hatteras. Right now, 76 degrees. But again, we will see more heat roll in due to the combination of, well, sunshine, but more so a strong, steady breeze out of the southwest. That's going to help boost not only your air temperatures, but humidity levels that will eventually lead to a better chance of some rain as we head through the next few days. Now, for this evening, we'll have a chance of maybe a few isolated showers along and north of Highway 64. But most of eastern North Carolina will likely miss out on that rain opportunity. We'll see a better chance of rain coming in really over the weekend, potentially Friday night, but certainly more so Saturday evening, Saturday night, and into Sunday morning. For tomorrow morning, we'll start out partly to mostly cloudy. Air temperatures in the mid to upper 60s will quickly turn into the low to mid 70s as we go from 7 to 8 a.m. to 9 to 10 a.m. into the low 70s into the low 80s by the time we get to around lunchtime, and then into the mid 80s as we head towards 2, 3, 4, and 5 p.m. in the afternoon. But again, do note that there will be some cloud cover, more cloud cover present tomorrow than what we have seen so far today. There's a look at some of those raindrops trying to work their way south of over eastern North Carolina. Going to be difficult because what's really happening is a cold front is trying to dip its way south into eastern North Carolina, but not fully cross eastern North Carolina. So as it dips by, that initial push into the east will create a little bit of rain activity, but because it's not going to clear the coast, not everybody is going to see it. On Friday, early on in the morning, again, we'll have an opportunity for perhaps maybe a few isolated showers out there, but our chance of rain will be increasing through the day on Friday. We'll have a better opportunity for widespread showers coming up Friday evening into Friday night as that cold front you're seeing across Oklahoma and Texas moving into Arkansas and then over the Mississippi River Valley. That is the front that's going to be hitting us on Friday. And it will be backed up by a secondary frontal boundary that'll move through the area on Saturday. So we get kind of a two-day, two-system look that will eventually bring down cooler weather, but it will also provide the east with much-needed rain. We are looking again at a moderate to severe drought across about 80% of eastern North Carolina. So I know it's happening on a weekend. People probably aren't too thrilled that we are getting our heaviest rain coming up over the weekend, but it is rain that we need, and it is rain that we are going to be thankful for. Now, coming up next week, those rain chances will slowly diminish. The reason why they're going to be sticking around is that frontal boundary is going to stall near the coast, keeping that opportunity for maybe a few showers in the cards for Monday, Tuesday, and even Wednesday. But as you'll notice, air temperatures go up, rain chances start to come back down. That's all we have time for today's 2 p.m. news and weather update from the First Alert Desk. I want to thank you all so much for joining me today. We'll be back with more news and weather coming up at the top of the hour. Until then, I hope you all have a wonderful Wednesday.